Hello, this is architect Pallavi Pathak,
This is architect Rashmi Gawande.
and our research topic is contributions and impacts of unacknowledged tributaries of significant rivers, a case study of Nandini Tributary of Godavari. For over thousands of years, rivers have been integral to human existence. Yet, in modern times, the quality of river water has significantly deteriorated due to multitude of anthropogenic factors. In India, rivers are considered sacred in Hindu mythology and are worshipped. Nevertheless, religious activities contribute to their pollution. The number of contaminated rivers in Maharashtra state is alarming. Originating near Trimbakeshwar in Nasik district of Maharashtra, Godavari River is the second longest river in India with a length of 1465 kilometers, passing through six states of South India. The Godavari River holds profound religious significance for Hindus. Nandini is a minor tributary of Godavari River, originating approximately 8 kilometers from the source of Godavari in the hills of Anjaneyar. The issue of Nandini pollution has got significant attention in the media, although one research paper has evaluated the water quality of Nandini River. There exists a critical need for a comprehensive study spanning from its point of source to its confluence to gain a detailed understanding of the underlying issues. Aim to analyze the historical and ecological context of Nandini tributary, assess its present adverse conditions, evaluate their impact on local biodiversity, and identify the threats posed to the Godavari River system. Objectives include to study the historical significance and ecological role of the Nandini tributary, to assess the current unfavorable conditions of Nandini tributary, including causes of pollution, exploitation, and habitat degradation, to investigate the effects of these adverse conditions on the local biodiversity, and to identify and analyze the specific threats it poses to the overall health and integrity of the Godavari River system. Methodology. The primary data collection employed an empirical approach. The overall length of Nandini was divided into 5 zones for recording detailed observations. Secondary data was gathered from a variety of sources, including scholarly books, research articles, and governmental documents. The analysis and interpretation of both primary and secondary data formed the basis for subsequent discussions and conclusions. The limitations of this study was that the study does not involve direct testing of water quality or geological surveys of underwater channels, but uses empirical data, interviews, and references from secondary sources for analysis and conclusions. Multiple research papers and scholarly articles were systematically assessed to obtain an overall understanding of the subject matter. These included studies stating the ecological importance of tributaries and confluences and the paucity in sufficiently detailed and extensive empirical data. Condition of Indian rivers which are treated as open pits for dumping waste without adequate treatment, including the Godavari. Additional research material was referred to find facts and figures about Nandini and Godavari. A recent paper by Dhake and the British Gazetteer for Bombay Presidency, dating back 150 years, mentions the picturesque surroundings of Nandini. It reveals the water quality of Nandini River was much purer than that of Godavari. Nasik Municipal Corporation's comprehensive report on water supply and drainage system of Nasik has recorded details of the current status of industrial development, drainage infrastructure, and deficiencies within the system. Other papers which assessed water samples from Nandini and Godavari clearly indicate that the water of Nandini is polluted. Findings from the literature review are approximately a century ago, the water of Nandini River remained pristine and uncontaminated, and there were concerns raised about the water quality of Godavari. Due to the growth of industries, scarcity of sewage treatment plants, large amount of untreated sewage is directly discharged into the Nandini River. Furthermore, polluted water from streams, that is nalas, is conveyed and discharged into the Nandini River. The pollution of Nandini River contributes to the overall pollution burden of the Godavari River.
Near the origin of the river, on the shoreline, rich overhanging vegetation is seen combined with the meandering curves of the stream or river. Riparian vegetation such as herbaceous plants, shrubs, and trees can be found on sediment deposits, on banks, and along river margins. The river then flows through the industrial clusters and roughly 3,500 industries located in the vicinity. A pipe or channel used for discharge from an industrial facility dispersed in the river directly. A stark difference in the vegetation can be observed. In the following mixed-use zone, drainage sewage feeds are seen all across the periphery of the river. The road drainage pattern is directly drained into the river. Many of drainage pipes across the river are broken or choked up due to slush and plastic garbage. The built fabric on the periphery of the river bed includes rural slum area, urban build, which may be illegal or be legal. The settlement is in the flood zone of the river. People from the slum settlements use the river water to wash clothes, utensils, vehicles, etc., leading to water pollution. Deposition and dumping of post-religious rituals are done in the river, resulting in further contamination. Huge road network is observed. Soiled water is seen from overflowing drains and sewers. The merger of the two rivers is shadowed by the Ramdas Swami Bridge, and solid waste accumulation was observed below it. Along the edges of the river, concrete steps are constructed where algae formation is seen. Hyacinth was observed over a vast surface of water. The key findings are presence of urban settlements and slum tends to create enormous amount of solid waste resulting in soil and water pollution. Considerable difference of ecology in the initial portion of the Nandini River and confluence zone. Soil water from overflowing drains, sewers, and commercial possesses causes stagnant water, resulting in hazardous and infectious surroundings. Contaminated water results in the deterioration of soil fertility of Nandini River. Numerous issues have affected the water quality of the Nandini River. Rapid industrialization and urbanization resulted in a rise in the outflow of home and industrial sewage. Local municipal corporations are slower to establish sewage treatment plants. Residential and industrial sewage is deposited directly into river, causing eutrophication and deteriorating water quality. There are numerous point sources of water pollution. Pollution from dispersed sources like nalas would require much stringent regulation and at micro level. Human influence in urban building has intensified in recent years, altering the river's natural structure. Concretization of river basin, unregulated riverfront development, and the construction of impermeable surfaces such as hard pavements has disrupted the relationship between terrestrial and aquatic ecosystems, resulting in riparian zone deterioration. Foam layer has formed due to industrial effluent and chemical content discharged in Nandini River. The presence of sewer content in the water has generated eutrophication and hyacinth on surface water, resulting in oxygen depletion, killing aquatic life and breeding mosquitoes. Changes in the red and blue lines of the river, resulting in a change in the natural path of the river. Legal and illegal encroachments in river banks resulted in an unstable and unbalanced phase of river, causing Godavari River's imbalance. Near the origin, overhanging vegetation provides habitat that supports microbes, stream insects, and other food sources for fish and other aquatic life. Considerable degradation is observed in the vegetation pattern from Nandini's origin to its confluence with Godavari, which can be directly relatable to the level of human intervention. This affects the aquatic life. The last and the very important point is lack of public awareness for participation in river protection. We would like to conclude by saying the presented research demonstrates that different human sources are degrading the water quality of Nandini River. Furthermore, the situation is deteriorating due to insufficient infrastructure and a lack of support facilities. This is due to poor administration and a lack of awareness and vigilance in the public. Nandini's contaminated water readily flows into Godavari, spreading all of its negative effects and worsening the issue. Not only does it have a wide ranging influence on the biodiversity of its surrounding, but it also poses a severe health risk to the city's population. Thank you so much.